All right, greetings and welcome, everyone. So, today I wanted to share with you about the heart center, the Ranthia center, if we are coming from the Awakening Your Light Body lineage, and how to use it, apply it, how I've used it and applied it in my life, and what it can do for you. So, what I want to share is that we have these vibrational energy bodies in our energy body, in our larger energy body. We have our physical body, which is inside of our soul body, our light body. We have our chakras that are closer to the physical body. And then we have these vibrational energy body centers through the light body lineage that are actually closer to your spiritual body than the chakras, right? So you've got physical body, chakras, and then these vibrational energy bodies that are closer on the scale from matter to spirit. These vibrational energy body centers through the Awakening Your Light Body lineage that take in higher vibrational spiritual frequencies that build well-being into your physical body, mental body, and emotional body. And they also inform your consciousness of some of the data that your soul and your spirit knows, but your personality conscious is not yet aware of. So these vibrational energy bodies inform us, and they also help us to regulate our physical, mental, and emotional bodies at a much higher level and much more control than our chakras. So the heart center, the Ranthia, it's called in the Awakening Your Light Body lineage. And this is the center that you will learn on month 2 of the course. So on month 2 of the course, you learn this Ranthia center, and we spend the entire month just on this one center because it's so important. What happens when you start to open and activate this Ranthia center is that it creates a stable platform for your emotional body. You start to bring in these higher vibrational frequencies from your spiritual body through the lower centers that we learn in month 1. And we bring those higher vibrational frequencies up into the heart center, the Ranthia center, and it begins to stabilize the emotional body. So no longer is it necessary for you to be influenced out of your center, out of your connection to your higher self and source. The emotional waves that you experience are no longer so high and so low. They start to stabilize and neutralize out. That doesn't mean that you're not going to experience fantastic joy, like extreme joy, right? Or well-being and happiness, bliss even. Those are all spiritual qualities, spiritual essences that you can continue to cultivate through your being. But what happens is through the awakening of this Ranthia center and through the use and practice of it in your everyday world, I'm using it right now. I just turned it on as I'm talking to you. I've got it on. I've got it stabilized. So you can learn to do this with your eyes open and when you're in conversation with others. So I use this all of the time when I'm in counseling sessions, when I'm in spiritual counseling sessions, when I'm doing my energy work, my healing work. I am always having this Ranthia energy on, this heart center energy on. And what happens with this center is that the emotions of peace, bliss, joy, well-being, whatever it is that I'm cultivating, harmony, whatever it is that I'm cultivating, is moved out through the field of energy around me. And so you become this portal for these higher vibrational frequencies to bring these into the collective energy field. Okay, so a lot of us are empathic. A lot of us are empaths, and we feel the emotional disturbances, the emotional waves of other people. We feel them in our own physical body. And I didn't know that I was an empath until I discovered how to stabilize my emotional energy. Once I learned how to stabilize my emotional energy, it was shocking to me how much of the emotions that I had been feeling all of my life weren't actually my own. I was feeling other people's anxiety in my body. I was feeling other people's insecurities in my body. I was feeling other people's guardedness in my body and then taking it personally. Right. So they're guarded because they're guarded. And it had nothing to do with me showing up in their presence. They were guarded already. But I was feeling their guardedness and then trying to explain myself or trying to make them feel safe or trying to figure out what I might have done wrong to create this guardedness in another person. Right. So I was feeling all of these energies in my own body, all these emotions from other people in my own body. And so now what happens is that I turn this energy on. Usually, I turn this heart center Ranthia energy on when I am communicating with others and when I'm in the presence of others. And what happens is it stabilizes my own energy, it stabilizes my own emotions. I'm still an empath, I'm still aware of other people's emotions. I can still feel them. However, they don't bombard me anymore and they don't overwhelm me anymore. And I recognize them as more of almost more like a weather report, right? So like if I'm in an environment where somebody is not feeling groovy and I can feel that energy of not feeling groovy, I can tap into this portal, this heart portal within my own being, and I can bring through the medicine, the energetic vibratory medicine of what's needed by those around me. So if it's anxiety, I can bring safety. I can literally intend for the energy of safety or the feeling tone of safety to move through my physical body and offer it into the field. And that's important to know as an empath that you have that kind of power because there's a lot of empaths out there that feel very victimized by other people's emotions. They feel as though they don't have any power to safeguard themselves against the disruptive energy of those around them. The flip side of being an empath is that that sensitivity that you're experiencing is actually data that you're picking up through your light body senses. And that data is there to inform you on how to respond to that energy that you're experiencing. So if you were to walk outside in the middle of a really intense thunderstorm, you might open the door and see that there's this really intense thunderstorm, and then you would grab an umbrella and walk out, right? So it's very similar as an empath. You walk into an environment and you sense, oh wow, there's this going on here and this going on, and there's a lot of impatience in this room. There's a lot of impatience in this room. There's a lot of impatience in this line at the grocery store. And there's people that are getting very angry with the cashier who is making minimum wage and does not deserve to be abused like this. But there's a whole bunch of energy going on here in this grocery store line. As an empath, oftentimes, if we're not conscious, we can get overtaken by that energy. We can become impatient because suddenly we feel impatience in our own being. I'm impatient. Now I'm impatient. When that impatience or anxiety or whatever it is didn't actually come from within. So, how do you then bring the medicine? So, in cultivating your center, in cultivating the foundation of your emotional base, and knowing what that soul signature is, how do you feel when nobody's around? What does your soul feel like? What does your spirit feel like to you in your body? It's a good question to ask. What does your spirit feel like in your body? What does your soul feel like in your body? When you become familiar with that feeling, it feels so good that you want to cultivate it. You want to grow it. You want to expand it. You want to be in it all the time. You want to be in your spiritual essence all the time because it feels so good. And so once you start to make that happen where you're feeling good all the time, you really begin to recognize super quick when another energy is coming into your field, when another emotion is coming into your field and affecting you, because it comes on very suddenly. And it's like, well, I wasn't feeling that 30 seconds ago. What's going on? You really have those kinds of experiences like, whoa, all of a sudden I'm feeling anxious. What's happening here? And you look around and you can sort of discern where the source is. But that is one thing, right? So that's one thing as an empath that you can begin to do and begin to learn and begin to influence, right? So as light workers, as star seeds, what we're here to do is anchor the frequencies of the spiritual realm. And we anchor it through our own being, through our own physicality. That's why we came into the physical body, so that we could anchor the spiritual frequencies through our own being for the benefit of all. Okay. And so this heart energy, this Ronthia energy, has so many dimensions to it and so many gifts to it. And one of the amazing gifts that this energy body center has, this heart center has, is to hold a sacred healing space for others. And you really just do that through your being, through turning it on, through cultivating it, through opening that portal of spiritual energies, through allowing the frequencies of the Ronthia space, the heart-centered space, your spiritual signature, to come through your being. And you hold another person in their expression of their own divinity, whether it be in laughter and joy, or whether it be in grief and in pain, or whether it be in insecurity, or whether it be in impatience, or whether it be in confidence. You can hold and empower those people that you're in conversations with simply by turning it on and holding that space and holding that intention. And so that, what I'm talking about learning, what I'm talking about sharing with you right now, is in the second volume, month 2 of the Awakening Your Light Body course. And again, there's thousands of stories I could share with you, at least hundreds of stories that I could share with you about how to use this Ronthia energy, how to use this heart center energy, what it does, what it looks like, and how it will affect not only you physically, emotionally, mentally for the better, but also all of those people that are around you that you can influence and uplift with this positive spiritual frequency that comes through when you open up this Ronthia space. I'm excited to share this with you. The course is starting in September 22nd, 2022. We're holding the space for 22 students for this year's class. It's going to be amazing. And we are starting a free intro series if you're interested in learning more about the light body and learning more about your light body and what it can do for you. So the free intro series will be starting soon. The link is in the descriptions. You can click on that And if you want to check out the details of the course, you can go to my website, zarastarchild.com. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email me, zarastarchild@gmail.com, and I will get back to you. I look forward to sharing more with you about this amazing course we offer once a year. This will be our 6th year offering it. And I have so many amazing stories from last year's students to share with you as well. So I look forward to seeing you then. Take care, everybody.